Today we're going to look at finding an equation from a graph. So I'm going to start with the equation of a straight line, which is y equals mx plus c, where m stands for the gradient and the c starts for the y-intercept. So I have two lines here on the Cartesian plane, and I'm going to show you how to come up with a rule from them. So I'm going to start with the gradient and I'm going to plot 2 points along my line. And you can plot those points wherever you like, but it needs to make the rise and the run clear. So this is a positive linear line, and the rise is in fact 2 and the run is in fact 2. So the formula for our gradient is rise over run, which in this instance was 2 over 2, which equals 1. So we're talking about our formula, bearing in mind that the m is the gradient. So far, the equation is y equals 1x. But there's something else. We need to have a look at that y-intercept. So here is our y-axis, and the line crosses at positive 2. So the formula and equation for this line graph is y equals 1x, or x plus 2. Let's look at the next graph. So we go back to our formula for a straight line, which is y equals mx plus c, starting with our gradient. So I'm going to find 2 points, and we're going to calculate the rise over the run. And what that does is it helps us identify how steep the line is. Now this line is going downwards. It's a negative line. So it's actually, the rise is actually -3 and the run is 1.5. So the rise is -3 and the run is 1.5. And -3 divided by 1.5 is actually -2. So the formula starts with y equals -2x. But we need to finish off this equation. Now, we're looking at our y-intercept, so I'm going to go to our y-axis and I'm going to circle where that line crosses our y-axis, and it actually crosses at +3. So the equation for this graph is y equals -2x plus 3, and that is how we find an equation from a graph.